You know what's worse than losing the woman you love? Killing her with your own hands and watching everyone applaud while it happens. I still remember the first day I saw her. I was new at the company, nervous, quiet, trying not to mess anything up. And then, there she was, the senior assistant to the CEO. Beautiful, calm, untouchable. She didn't just work there, she owned every room she walked into. Everyone respected her. Some even feared her a little. But me? I just watched her, every chance I got. At first, we only talked about work, schedules, deadlines, meetings. But somehow, those conversations never stayed professional for long. They became jokes, then smiles, then something deeper. We started spending time together after work, sometimes just sitting quietly talking about life, about how strange it was that two people could find each other like this, in a place like this. She laughed once and said, "It feels like we're living inside a story." I smiled, but something about those words stayed with me longer than they should have. There was one problem: the CEO. He didn't hate me loudly, not openly. It was in the way he looked at me, cold, sharp, like I didn't belong. He called her into his office almost every day, and every time, their meetings turned into arguments. I could hear her voice through the walls, firm, defensive, and his, angry, possessive. One day I asked her, "Is everything okay with you two?" She paused, just for a second, then smiled. "Don't worry about him. Some people just forget their role." I didn't fully understand what she meant, but I understood she didn't want to tell me, so I let it go. Time passed, and we fell in love. Real love. The kind that feels too intense to be temporary. The kind that makes you believe, this is it. This is the person. Sometimes during long days, we'd sit together in silence, watching everything move around us. People rushing, voices rising, moments repeating, almost like everything was planned, controlled, scripted. We laughed it off, because that's crazy, right? Until the day everything broke. It started as a normal day. Then the CEO called me into his office. His tone was different, calm, too calm. He showed me things, messages, pictures, proof, or at least what looked like proof, that she had been lying to me, that she had been with him, that everything between us was a performance. Something inside me collapsed. My chest tightened. My hands started shaking. I couldn't think, couldn't breathe. He leaned closer and said, "Sometimes, the truth only comes out when the emotions are real." I didn't fully understand what he meant, but I didn't question it, because I was already broken. When I walked out, everything felt distant, like I wasn't fully there, like I was just moving. I saw her standing in the hallway. She smiled when she saw me. Then her expression changed. "What happened?" she asked. I didn't answer. She stepped closer, talked to me, but all I could see was betrayal. My hand moved before my mind did. I grabbed the gun. She froze, confused, scared. "Wait, this isn't how it's supposed to..." Bang! She dropped. Silence. Then applause, cheering, laughing, clapping. A voice cut through the noise. "Cut! That was perfect!" I stood there, frozen. Perfect? I looked around. Everyone was smiling, relaxed, like nothing had happened. Then I looked back at her, still on the floor, not moving. The blood kept spreading, slowly. Too real, too much. My heart dropped. I ran to her, fell to my knees, lifted her head. Her body was warm, but weak. Her breathing was broken. No, no, no! This wasn't right. And then it hit me, everything at once. We weren't just employees at a company, we were actors. That moment was supposed to be a scene. The gun was supposed to be fake, but it wasn't. Someone had changed it, loaded it, turned a performance into reality. I looked up. The CEO was standing at the door, watching me, smiling. Then he turned and walked away, like a director satisfied with the ending he always wanted. She looked at me one last time, tears in her eyes, pain in her voice. It wasn't supposed to be real. And then she was gone. They said I wasn't fully responsible, that I was manipulated, that it wasn't planned. But none of that matters, because I was the one who pulled the trigger. We met inside a fake world, surrounded by scripts, scenes, and cameras. But what we felt was real. And in the end, I was only supposed to lose her in the story. But I lost her in real life too. Forever. The scariest thing about acting is when no one says cut in real life.